Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People, with your host, Gabrielle Mazar. On today's episode, Gabrielle interviews Teeth Talk girl, Whitney DiFoggio. Whitney is a registered dental hygienist who has a YouTube channel that discusses all about dental health. They discuss how oral health and good dental hygiene helps prevent disease. And now here's your host, personal trainer and stretch therapist, Gabrielle Mazar.
Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People. I'm your host, Gabby Mazar, and on today's episode, I have Whitney DiFoggio. She is Teeth Talk girl, a registered dental hygienist, and the founder of Teeth Talk Girl and Teeth Talk blah. I'm going to start that over.
It's okay. It's a tongue twister. Lots of teeth.
Too many T's. Okay. All right. I'll start over. Welcome back to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People. I'm your host, Gabby Mazar, and on today's episode, I have Whitney DiFoggio, registered dental hygienist and the founder of Teeth Talk Girl and teethtalkgirl.com, YouTube channel that talks about dental health and oral health. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm super excited to talk today, and this is the perfect day to talk about it because I just came home from the dentist getting my teeth cleaned, getting all of the x-rays, which is super fun. Nobody loves to do that. But yeah, so tell me a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little bit about why you got into Teeth Talk Girl, why you decided to do a YouTube channel and talk about oral health.
Totally. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm a registered dental hygienist. I went to dental hygiene school to become a dental hygienist. So I do work chairside clinically in the op cleaning teeth. When you go to the dentist, a traditional dental hygienist, I do work in an office. And then I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/teeth talk, all those tongue twisters. So yes, I started my YouTube channel. Long story short, I have so many versions of the story because I can tell the story in an hour or I can tell the story in a minute. So I'll do the minute version. But I was waiting, when I graduated from dental hygiene school, I was waiting for my dental hygiene license to arrive in the mail. I needed to wait for the piece of paper to be able to work. And so I was just so eager, like literally so eager. I love patient education specifically. So I thought, you know what, why not make a YouTube video while I'm waiting, put it up, get my patient education out there. My first video ever was, what's the best mouthwash? And I was like, that's something people would be interested in, or maybe I thought really only my mom would watch it. I didn't know people would really watch, but I just wanted to do something fun, Yeah. So, and then I did it and a lot of people started watching. It was really actually a surprise. And I was like, ooh, and then people started asking for more. And I was like, okay, I'll make more videos. It was really organic. It just kind of happened. And then once I got my dental hygiene license, I started working, obviously chairside cleaning teeth. So I didn't make videos all too often that first year. I was kind of, really focused on like doing what I went to school for and cleaning teeth. But I just love the community that has developed on YouTube. It's just so fun to help. I always say like I can help my 8 to 10 patients a day, one-on-one in the op when I'm working, 8 to 10. But like online, like it's endless how many people you can help. So that's kind of how it happened. So now I make the YouTube videos and I love it. I do both. I mean, I'm part-time doing both, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah. And you can answer so many more questions because there's a lot of things you encounter day to day that you can put online and people can see and view it over and over and over and over again. I mean, you can reach people all over the world on YouTube.
Totally. It's wild. Like when I see someone's like, hello, I'm from the UK watching at this time, I'm like, hi from the UK. I'm in the US. Like, it's just so cool. I would never be able to even reach those people like in my dental office in the south suburbs of Chicago, So I love my patients one-on-one and I love my community on YouTube. It's just so cool. I'm all about education, information, awareness. I think it's just so cool to just talk about teeth and the importance of teeth, right? So many people don't realize how important teeth really are and your dental health really is. So I think it's cool to just at least get people thinking about it.
So speaking of, why is oral health so important, and what are the links between overall health or fitness and health and fitness just in general with oral health?
Yeah, totally. So many people don't. I actually was just at a high school recently talking about the oral systemic link. It was, very sciencey, but it was fun because I always talk to the high schoolers and I say, you know what? Don't think you don't know this because you're in high school, because adults don't know this either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, nobody knows this. Like, I didn't know this until I went to dental hygiene school, but we know that like everything we put in our mouths obviously goes through our body, blah, blah, blah. But I never understood how intricate that really is of a statement. Like, it's very intense. There's so much to it. It's very, the thing is, and this is how I explain it to high schoolers, because it's just like easy to say that, when your gums, we all know what our gums are. They're the pink things that hold your teeth in. Gums are super important. You wouldn't even worry about your teeth if you didn't have gums to hold them in, right? So your gums, when your gums are infected or inflamed, or if something's going on with your gums, there's blood vessels in your gums. And as we know, there's blood vessels throughout your whole entire body. So when there's bad bacteria or whatever you have on your gums, it easily spreads and transfers to the rest of your body, which is not cool. You don't want bad bacteria going around all your blood vessels. And the thing is, gum disease, there's studies that have proven and shown that gum disease directly increases your chance of heart disease, diabetes, kidney disease, Alzheimer's, and a bunch of other conditions. So keeping your gums healthy is so much more. I would sometimes beg to argue your gum health is more important than your dental health. Of course, you could get dental infections and your teeth can get infected, but we all know about brushing and flossing. Not many people know how to take care of their gums that good. So that's something I'm very passionate about, spreading that awareness.
Well, how do you take care of your gums?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we know how to brush our
overlap.
teeth. We know
Right.
we should floss, which most people don't. I mean, I
Right.
don't know anybody that really flosses every
That's
single
okay.
day. Let's be real. But
Appreciate the honesty.
I mean, I really
Yeah,
like
for sure.
a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Your dentist tells you every single time you go to the dentist, floss your teeth every day. Who does it?
Right. Maybe some people, most of my patients tell me I floss for like 2 weeks after my cleaning and then I kind of fell off it. You'll remind me again in 6 months. I
Yeah.
get it. When it's not in your routine, you forget. But totally. A lot of things overlap with taking care of your teeth and your gums, of course. Brushing your teeth obviously prevents cavities and blah, blah, blah. But brushing your teeth and making sure there's no plaque and tartar on your teeth ultimately helps your gums as well. So it's kind of related, right? The plaque and tartar makes your gums inflamed. So brushing your teeth does help with your gums. Flossing does help with your gums, of course, making sure that there's nothing stuck in between the teeth, because the toothbrush can't reach those spots in between. I know we're so annoying about that, but it's so true. And I'm so passionate about it because I always say, like, just if running that string between your teeth once a day can prevent heart disease, you know what I mean? Like, why not do it? It's so easy. Like, there's running and cardio, and that's just a little harder, I would say, to like add it to a routine. And I'm like, just real quick, 30 seconds up and down. But having said that, there are more options than just flossing to keep your gums healthy. Some people really, whatever the case, right? It could be manual dexterity. It could be so many reasons traditional string floss isn't someone's thing. So there are water flossers. Water flossers are amazing. I tell almost every single one of my patients who has any sign of gingivitis, any sign of puffy red gums, to use a water flosser, because it can help so much. I'm not saying it replaces string floss, but I'm saying it helps a lot. You want your gums to be stimulated. So when we're talking fitness, right, it's all about, I like this comparison too, like lifting weights every day, right? Like your muscles, they're going to get stronger and healthier, and you're going to work them to get where they need to be. It's the same thing with your gums. The more you stimulate them, the more you really work on keeping them clean, and they have motion happening on them. They need movement too. That will bring your gums to better health than when they just sit around and never get touched.
Yeah, my hygienist told me that, think about it as like if you go outside and walk through rocks, it will probably hurt your feet. But if you go outside and walk through rocks every single day, you're going to toughen up the soles of your feet so that it no longer hurts your feet. I mean, it may not feel fantastic, but you're not going to feel it because the soles of your feet will grow tougher every time you go outside and walk on your feet.
I love that analogy.
Pretty good analogy.
It is,
and it does
really
make
good.
sense. It's true. So every time you floss, or every time you use one of those little picks or anything,
yeah,
you're
the
using
interdental brushes, the proxy, yeah.
Right. So, you do want to take care of your teeth, because if you think about it too, anything you put into your mouth, even if it's not just the bacteria going around into your mouth through the blood vessels, you're swallowing down into your intestines, which goes into your body, down into your gut. Then you've got your gut health. I mean, there's so many other things that go into it as well.
Totally.
And then you can get an infection with the food that gets stuck in there. It's a lot. And you do want to keep your mouth healthy, and you want to keep your teeth.
Yes, it's all connected, and you want to keep your teeth. Yes. So you don't want them to be lost, right? Because yes, it's so that's another thing. I've had patients joke with me like, Whitney, I'll just get dentures when I'm older. Who cares? And I'm like, no, they're like, it'll be easy. I'll just take them out. Like they're joking, but they're not really joking. They're like, when I'm older, it's fine. Who cares? My grandparents had it. And I'm like, that is not what we need to do, because actually having dentures is so bad. You lose bone because your teeth aren't, there's so many, I can go on and on about how dentures are not the answer. They're the last resort. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yes, dentures can be a great help it's the quality of life. You eat, you chew, you smile. Your teeth are used for everything for life. And so, yeah, just, it's not all about just brushing to have a white, nice looking smile. It's about function. And yeah, without the gums holding the teeth in, it's all connected.
Yeah,
for sure. The
and
mouth is a gateway.
If you don't have the teeth in there to hold the bone and to have the gums, everything starts to degrade as well, including your lips. So if you see people who have dentures, their lips start to, so
Totally.
everything starts to degrade, and then you've got all that. Yeah, it's just take care of your teeth.
Right. It's so easy. It takes 30 seconds. That's what I always tell my patients who don't floss. I'm like, literally, just try. Do it for 30 seconds. If you don't finish your whole mouth in 30 seconds, that's fine. At least because usually it's going to take maybe a minute. But I'm like, if you just give yourself that second. But another thing about that too, I'm always like so interested in how, I love that analogy about the walking on the stones. I'm like obsessed with that right now. I can't get that out of my mind. But I have a lot of patients that'll come like before or after the gym. And I always say the thing too, like, when you first held that plank, you were holding a plank and like it was hard, but now you're holding that plank every day or something. I don't know too many fitness moves, but I know the plank. And the more you do it, the easier the plank's gonna get. And I was like, the same thing with floss. We can use so many cool analogies like that. And it's just really important. Another thing to keep your gums super healthy is going to the dentist. I mean, just in general, some people, not going every 6 months will put you at a greater risk of developing more tartar below your gum line, where you can floss and floss and floss till you're blue in the face. Once that stuff gets under your gums, the only person who could remove it is a dental professional. So just going to the dentist will help a lot as well.
Yeah. So 2 questions that I think are pretty popular questions that most people should know, but maybe don't know. 1, should you use mouthwash? And 2, how many times a day should you brush your teeth? Nope, 3 questions, I lied. How many times a day should you brush your teeth? And is it more important to brush your teeth in the morning or at night?
Ooh, okay, I like this. Okay, so the first one is mouthwash important. I would flat out, if I could only say yes or no, I would say no. However, there's so many caveats to that, right? So if you are brushing perfectly, proper technique, and I do have technique videos on my YouTube channel because sometimes it's very hard to know if you're doing proper technique. Another thing is ask your hygienist, be like, bring your toothbrush and be like, am I brushing correctly? Because you don't know. We develop habits as we grow and you might not be doing it right, So I think brushing proper technique, flossing proper technique, or water flossing, whatever you're using, is way more important than any mouthwash would ever do for you. I know there's a lot that are advertised as anti-gingivitis and and get rid fresh breath and white teeth. It's all, it's not, there's nothing like the mechanical removal of plaque. Nothing you swish is going to remove plaque. It'll help give you fresh breath. It might help reduce bacteria levels, but sometimes, and with peroxide especially, sometimes killing off all the bacteria is not all that good. You know what I mean? Because it's good to kill out the bad stuff, but what about the good stuff? You don't want to mess with the natural oral flora in your mouth. So I would say if you're going to use a mouthwash, I like anti-cavity. If you really want to add a mouthwash, anti-cavity at least helps protect your teeth and make them stronger, maybe help remineralize them. There's a lot of kids who are maybe cavity prone, and I will tell them to use, and their parents, you should use an anti-cavity. It's just more fluoride or hydroxyapatite, whatever you're into for your anti-cavity properties. Just getting more of that is good, but all the anti-gingivitis ones I don't think are necessary, honestly. Maybe if you're going through, again, everyone's different. There are some people that maybe really need that extra boost, but I would focus way more on the brushing and flossing.
I just before you answer the other questions, I want to
Yeah.
interject on a story. This is really stupid, but there's
Oh,
a
no.
TV show called The Most Expensivest with 2 Chainz.
Okay. Okay, I love that one, but that sounds funny.
And you have to, okay, so
Intriguing.
there's one episode where he is looking at the most expensivest, I know that's not a word, but it's the most expensivest toothbrush. It's
Oh,
like some ridiculously expensive toothbrush.
okay.
And she's showing him how to brush his teeth. And he's like, got this toothbrush and brushing his teeth with this outrageously expensive toothbrush. And she's like, that's not how you do it. You have to brush your teeth like this. And she's teaching him how to brush his teeth.
No kidding.
It's really
So
funny.
see?
If you get a chance to YouTube it, you should YouTube that episode, the most expensivest toothbrush episode with 2 Chainz. It's pretty funny, and you might find it entertaining.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm going to check it out for sure. I'm so curious but that's so true. I'm glad that they brought awareness in that show to maybe you're not brushing correctly. You never
Yes.
know. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because I think he was just all over the place, and she's like, "No, start here." And then he's like, "What? There's a way to brush your teeth?" She's like, "Yes." What's the matter with you?
Yeah, people. That's another thing too. Is like electric toothbrushes versus manual regular toothbrushes. Totally different technique is required. You shouldn't be using an electric toothbrush like you use a manual. I have a lot of patients that have hurt their gums because they're like doing all the motions with the electric, and I'm like, no, the electric, you just hold it in place, let it guide it along, it does its thing. So that's another. Yeah, there's so much to learn about toothbrushes. It's not as all stale and boring as people think.
Yeah. So if you need advice on how to use a toothbrush, or you're not sure using it correctly, check out her YouTube video.
Or 2 Chainz, whichever.
Or 2 Chainz.
Whichever. That's
right.
so funny.
So question number 2.
Okay.
How many times a day should you brush your teeth?
At least twice. At least 2 times. Can you do more? Yes. Do you have to do more? No. I mean, at least 2 times in the morning and at night. If I had to pick which is more important, oh my goodness, it's so hard because both are equally important. So like, do not quote me on this, but if you really say you're camping or something, I don't know, if you had some situation where you really could only do once a day, I would say before bed is more important than the morning. And I know people want to fight me on this if they're hearing this, because they're like, no way, why would I want to go through the whole day? But if you think about it, when you go to sleep and like your mouth is closed, so saliva is like what buffers everything, right? And our saliva is it's doing its thing throughout the day. We're eating, we're drinking, we're talking, we're swallowing. When you're sleeping, your mouth is either closed, it's a dark, wet environment, or your mouth is open and it's a dry, dark environment. Both recipes for like cavities. It's so bad for your teeth. All that plaque and all that stuffed food debris that was on your teeth from eating all day, you go to sleep, it's just going to have a whole party in your mouth and create wreak havoc. So yeah, I would say before bed's more important, but really, really both are very important, the morning and at night.
Agreed. I mean, what do I know? I'm not a professional, but I brush my teeth.
you know your teeth.
I brush my teeth twice a day. I've always always been really concerned with my teeth because I don't want to lose my teeth.
It's so important.
That is a deal breaker in life for me. I want my teeth.
Like sometimes I have those dreams and it's like you wake up and you don't have teeth. I don't know. I've had those dreams. Those are they mean something. Yeah, it's like, no, that's a big thing. Yeah.
So I know I just asked a couple of questions of you, but what are some other most asked questions that people ask you about?
So, oh gosh, everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything and anything. But I do have quite a catalog. You know what? I'm very thankful people ask and keep asking, right? Like on my YouTube channel, on the comments section, that's where I generate like most of my video ideas from. People asking the same question over and over. And I'm like, if this many people are asking, I need to make a video on this. People really, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that like we all kind of like help each other out. Like this is what people want to know. Some of the main things that are asked are, should you brush or floss first? That's a big one.
Does that matter?
No. There you go. There's the quick answer.
I didn't think so.
It doesn't matter. If you are flossing, I'm just happy. Do whatever you need. There's philosophies as to both way benefiting. There's philosophy saying flossing first is better because it removes the stuff and then you brush. But then there's also philosophy saying if you brush first and you just spit, and you just spit and you leave the toothpaste on your teeth and then you floss the toothpaste up and down, and then you spit and rinse. So there's all these different, it doesn't matter. If you are telling your dentist or your dental hygienist that you're flossing every day, you win.
Yeah.
I don't care if you do it before or after.
Yeah.
That's a big one people ask. A lot of people ask me, everyone asks about whitening. Whitening is a huge thing. Everyone wants white teeth. That's cool. And I just always make it really clear that white teeth doesn't necessarily mean you have healthy teeth. You know what I mean? Like you could have perfectly white teeth, but then when you open up your mouth and there could be a lot going on that's not healthy. There could be people with yellow teeth that have the healthiest teeth ever. They just happen to have a yellow tint, or they stain easily. You know, some people's teeth just stain easier than others. So I don't.
Or they drink a lot of coffee and soda.
Yeah, totally. And some people stain more than others. Like some people could drink coffee every day and not have a stain, and then some people drink coffee once a week and their teeth turn black. You know, so it's wild how everyone has such a different. It just depends what's going on in your mouth. But yeah, everyone wants to know about whitening. Genetics is big, and we're always really careful to say anything about genetics in the dental world because we don't want everyone to blame everything on genetics. You know what I mean? A lot of it is like nurture versus nature, but there is sometimes like I'll have a family, say it's like 5 kids, and they'll say 4 of the kids brush and floss every single day. They're perfect. And then the one kid that doesn't, like, is really like the naughty kid or something. And that one kid who doesn't brush and floss will be the one who doesn't get cavities. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, or I'm sorry, I said it opposite. You know what I'm sorry. Yeah. The one kid who doesn't brush and floss will be the one, who doesn't have any cavities. And you're like, how does that kid not have cavities? These kids work really hard and they have cavities. So sometimes that is a thing and it's heartbreaking, but that just shows we all have to work really hard, because why take the chance to see if you're genetically not going to get cavities or not, you know? But I have a million other things. You know, people ask about charcoal all the time, all that stuff. I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
Nope. Charcoal's not good. It's very trendy, too abrasive for your tooth enamel, way too abrasive.
Yeah, I've heard, so I've kind of heard mixed things about the tooth whitening because of the tooth enamel. And I kind of wanted to touch a little bit on that because I know that if you go into the dentist and have your teeth whitened, it is more aggressive than, say, like the whitening trays that you get from like the store, or just like the whitening stuff. How does that affect your teeth and your enamel?
So the thing is, whitening isn't always necessarily bad, but over whitening is, right? So like with anything, if you do it too much, then it can be very damaging. But my best like advice to anyone who's interested in whitening is to see your dentist beforehand. Even if you're going to buy the white strips over the counter, don't do it until you see your dentist and ask them, do you think I'd be a candidate? Because there's some people who are not candidates for whitening, and you're gonna, or for at-home whitening, right? Yeah, and you might need it professionally done to be safe. So some people use the strips, they're perfect, it's great, good, it's easy, you know. But some people might need custom trays at the office because it'll fit your mouth better. So it just depends if you have like saliva. There's so many, I could go on and on about all the variables on why or not, but why or not if you would be a whitening candidate. But the thing about in-office whitening is, so most of the time they'll use something that it's like a 1-hour session. You will get the same. So I think they're great for like someone who doesn't have the time, but does have the money, if that makes sense. So like if you are like have a wedding this weekend and you're like, shoot, I want white teeth like for this wedding really quick. Like then, okay, go in, get your 1-hour whitening. You're gonna have beautiful teeth in a second. However, there's a lot of disadvantages to it. 1, it's very expensive. 2, if you have any type of sensitive teeth, any type of whitening is going to make your teeth more sensitive. So be prepared for that, because you just got 1 hour worth of whitening, or you just got like the strips take like 4 weeks or something to achieve results. You'll get the same results with the strips as the in-office, but it's the time that it takes. So 4 weeks worth of strips, and you're getting that in 1 hour concentrated time. And you have to do it
every day.
Yeah. So it takes a while. Strips are the most affordable. If you like have the time, you don't want to spend too much money on it, do the strip. Like, you know, again, talk to your dentist first, but usually doing the strips is like a great first thing to try. But if you want to do it quick and you're not about to try doing every strip every day, but just be aware, 1 hour of whitening equals 4 weeks of strips. It's a lot. It's very concentrated. It's going to make your teeth sensitive, even if you don't have sensitive teeth. So I feel like, wow, I'm not good at selling in-office whitening, right? But I have people, you know yourself best. Like if you, you know, you just got to be careful. That's the thing. Then there's the middleman type one that you can try is the custom trays, where you get your trays made at the dentist, but then you buy the product, you take it home and use them at home. So it's kind of like under the care of your dentist, but it's a little, if you're a little worried about sensitivity and stuff, talk to your dentist, because trays are usually a little better than the strips due to sensitivity, like relief purposes.
So do you have any teeth horror stories? I know you've been doing this a while, so do you have any stories that you can share or would share of people
funny.
not taking care of their teeth?
What's funny about that? I am so like, truly, when someone comes in that maybe hasn't been to the dentist in a very long time, I'm more like, I look at it as like, I'm so excited to help them get them back to health. You know what I mean? Everyone always wants to know, like, what's the grossest thing, or and like, honestly, nothing like, we are such tunnel vision and like bringing you back to health. Like, there's no like gross story to ever tell, like, I'm so excited actually sometimes to do that transfer. Like, when someone comes in with perfectly clean teeth, like, okay, done, good, have it seen in 6 months. But when someone comes in and I'm like, this is going to be a whole like treatment plan, I'm kind of like, I'm sad that they're in this situation, but I'm happy they came, because now I'm so excited that we can do a transformation and bring them back to health. So I really don't think any of that stuff's like a horror story. I think it's so exciting to help people. But if I had to say, most of my horror stories are like embarrassing things that I've done, like taking x-rays on a patient and like falling in their lap, like just weird, like just like at the beginning, you're so nervous to like work so close to people. And I've had some weird, embarrassing moments. But I have a whole video that's embarrassing moments that I reacted out with some of my acting friends. I like wrote a list of all the things that have happened to me, like on my end, that's really embarrassing, like falling off my chair, just stupid stuff. And like, you can't get your gloves on ever if you have sweaty hands. If you're trying to put those gloves on in front of a patient, you always feel like such an idiot, because you're like, oh my gosh, this patient's like probably like, how's she going to clean my teeth if she can't even put her gloves on? So I really feel like all the horror stories are on my end. The patients are great. I'm just here to help. And sorry if I look like a fool when I'm trying to get my gloves on. No, I'm just kidding. But
and you know what? The patients probably never even care anyway, because most people hate going to the dentist anyway. So they're more concerned about what you're doing to their face than you putting
me
on your
trying
gloves.
to get gloves. Right. When I first started, it's like with anything, with any new career. But I think you do you clean so many teeth during your clinic and school, and you do when you're first, for new grads, like when you're first in there and you have your own patients. It's funny how everyone worries about their self more than the other person. So that, I guess, is a good message to patients. Don't be worried about them judging your teeth. They're probably judging themselves about how they're putting their gloves on. So don't
also a testament to you too, because that is your job and that's what you're there to do. So people shouldn't be ashamed of their teeth or of the lack of care, because you're going in, and the fact that you're there at all is huge. And the fact that you're there to take care of your teeth and someone is there to get you back to health. That's why you're there. That's what they want you there. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. That's why you do what you do to take care of people. It's what I do, why I do what I do. I'm here to help you be healthy. I don't care what situation you're in or where you're at now. I'm here to get you to where you want to be. I'm here to get you to better health. It doesn't matter if you're sitting on the couch eating bonbons and haven't walked 10 feet in 20 years. I don't care. I want you to be in better health and to live longer and to live a better life. So if it takes you coming in and sitting here, don't be embarrassed. That's all part of it. Just taking that step forward and sitting in the chair and getting your teeth cleaned and making that plan and that course of action to get better is what it's about. That's what you're there for.
Totally.
You're there to help.
I couldn't agree more. Like, I have so many comments in my YouTube videos that say things like, and it like melts my heart, makes me feel so good when people say like, Whitney, you inspired me. Like, I'm just going to make that appointment at the dental office. I'm going to make the appointment. I haven't been in 15 years or something, but you know what, Whitney, you're right. I'm sure you're making me feel like you guys aren't going to judge me, because a lot of people are so worried about being judged. And that is the last thing we're worried about. We just want to bring you to health. Are you kidding? Like, no, like I'm excited to clean your teeth. I love what I do. Like, this is what we're here for. So
Yeah. You don't clean
it's good
people's teeth because you don't want to do it.
right. Like, yeah. So yeah, it's all about this, mutual, like we, like with anything, mutual respect. Like, we're going to help each other out. We're going to get through this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
So you started a program called Happy Teeth. Can you tell me a little bit about Happy Teeth and what it is and what you do with that?
Of course. So making my YouTube videos, a lot of people, I keep bringing up the comments, but that's where I get like all my inspiration. A lot of the comments were asking me to make merch. You know how like YouTubers have like t-shirts and this and that, and I was never interested. That's not what I'm all about. That's not what I'm all about. And one day I was randomly like searching for myself for a purse in the shape of a tooth. I really wanted a tooth shaped purse. It's like, who doesn't, right? No, but I just thought it'd be cool to sport that around.
Nobody wants a purse in the shape of a tooth.
Right? That's what right? So I was just like, wait, so I was just gonna buy one. I have like one like in a cupcake. I have a cupcake purse. I have all these different shit. I have a hamburger backpack. I just love like stuff like that. I don't know. I just think it's fun. And so I was like, I need a tooth, and it didn't exist. Like, can you believe it? Well, there you go. Probably because nobody. But so anyways, like, you know what? Right? It's just like who would have thought? Thank goodness the dental community thinks like me, and they do. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make one for myself. I'm gonna make a purse, and if people like it, maybe I'll sell it. Like, let's see, And that's what happened. Who would have thought, people? So the dental community, we celebrate our toothy pride because I made this tooth purse in the shape. Or I made a purse in the shape of tooth, and then it all started with a tooth purse, and it's very exciting. But it has since become a whole brand that's it's bags and accessories for healthcare professionals. So it's not all for dental people.
Yeah.
The reason it's like we have backpacks, we have luggage tags, we have whatever, and they're all like wipeable, so you can wipe them with a disinfectant. So a lot of nurses use the product. Like nurses will wear the backpacks to work. They're really good work bags and stuff like that. But we do have the toothbrush as well. But it's all about all types of bags and for professionals. But just always want to say it started with the toothbrush. The reason it's called Happy Teeth is for every item purchased, we donate a dental health kit to someone in need. And that's where I'm really excited and where it comes in. I knew I couldn't just make products, even though I was excited for the toothbrush. I still just wasn't passionate about like merchandise. So
yeah.
I was like, we need to do something with this. Like I wanted to help even, like I'm helping people on YouTube. I want to help people with these bags too. So it's really fun. It's so cool. So we give a 1-year supply of toothbrushes, toothpaste, and floss to someone in need for every item purchase. So we donate to different like homeless shelters, women and children's shelters, whatever organizations request the kits. And in addition to that, we also offer a workshop where we will provide and like explaining how to properly use everything in the kit, how to properly brush with the toothbrush we give you, how to properly floss, because I realize not everyone has access to YouTube, So if the people that are receiving these kits, I want to make sure they aren't just like, here you go. I want to make sure like, here you go. And this is how you use it all, So it's really cool. I love it. It's like my favorite passion project. I'm so happy making my fun toothbrush, and then we can help people with it, and in addition to the healthcare stuff.
I love that. I think that's so cool. I think it's something that people I think it's really a need. It's a necessity. I think it's cool that you do something like that for a cause, because it is so important. And again, for people in need that don't have things like that, or the education of that either. Like we said, even people who like 2 Chainz, who has millions of dollars, doesn't know how to brush his teeth.
Right.
So, educating kids or homeless people or just people in general on how to use these products and how to take care of their oral hygiene is it's really important. And I think I really commend you for doing that, and also doing something it's something you're passionate about. It's not about making money off of a toothbrush. It's about being passionate about what you do and helping people and just health in general. And I think that's great.
It makes me happy. And it's cool because, I get to see both sides of it. Like there's like there's like new hygienists and new grads that are like so excited by the toothbrush. Like they share my like love of teeth and they're like taking pictures and posting. So to be able to like celebrate our love for helping people plus helping people in the homeless shelters or whoever we donate to, it's just cool to like see both sides, like people enjoying the fun of it and the toothbrush fun, and then or the backpacks, all the other stuff. I know I keep not talking about the like real stuff, like the serious stuff,
Yeah.
like the backpacks, the stuff that's really usable, but the toothbrush is such a fun statement item that like you go through so much hard, like for any job you do, right? You go through so much schooling and like they just want to like, I was so excited to be like, I want people to know like I'm in the dental field, like when I'm walking, you know, because I do. You know how cool it is when you're walking down, like I wear this purse everywhere because I'm wild, but I wear it everywhere. And people come up to me, are you a dentist? Are you an orthodontist? I'm an orthodontist. Nice to meet you. You like meet people like it's just really cool. It makes me happy on so many levels is my point.
That's so funny. I mean, I know I'm passionate about what I do, and I meet a lot of people doing this podcast that are passionate about what they do. But this is the first time I think in my life that I've ever realized that people are that passionate about teeth. I was like, oh, and you're no idea.
Yeah,
I really had no idea. I didn't know that. Like, I had no idea. Like, this is so beyond me. I have had no clue that people really were that passionate about teeth and that excited about their job in oral health. I had no clue.
It's awesome, right? There's a solid group of us. It's wild. It is wild. Maybe unbelievable. Yeah, but it's wild. It's funny because oftentimes I do, like whenever I do speaking, like when I'm talking, I'm usually talking to a group of dental people, you know. I do talk to high schools, I go to school or kid, but when I do things like this, or it's like a different like genre of health, it's so funny because I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. You don't know how wild we teeth people are about our teeth. No, but it's cool because even again on my YouTube comments, I get so many people that say, hey, I'm not even in the dental world, but I'm a teeth enthusiast. And like people love teeth. Like people say, you know, when you look at someone and you're like, what's the first thing you look at? Like, I guess people that check the box of teeth is like higher than looking at eyes. Like, I think I honestly, as a dental person, I think I look at people's eyes before their teeth. Like if I'm meeting a new person in the real world, do you have a, what do you look at first?
I mean, I look at teeth. I do. I'm a teeth person. I do. Okay. And you know what's funny is I like people that have characteristic teeth. Like I don't like perfect teeth.
See, so you do
like
have
I
a
like
teeth enthusiast
my partner, he has kind of teeth, like his teeth aren't perfect, and I like that. I like that they're kind of like they're very characteristic. They have character. They're not perfect, and I love it.
All of us have teeth enthusiasm in us. See, you didn't realize you look at teeth. That's so awesome.
But if he had a bunch of teeth missing, I would be like, nope. I have told him, like, if you don't take care of your teeth, hit the road, Jack. Like, that's it. It's a no-go for me. It's a hard stop. It's a hard stop.
There are those memes I've seen that it's like it's a picture of someone smiling and they're missing a tooth and they're missing an eyebrow. Like their whole one eyebrow is gone. And it's like, and it says, what do you see? And everyone says missing a tooth. You don't even notice the whole eyebrow missing because the tooth is so noticeable. So yeah, it's a wild thing how teeth are a lot of our personalities in our mouth.
So your YouTube channel is Teeth Talk Girl, and you talk everything teeth. And you have Happy Teeth. Happy Teeth is its own website, or
yes, it's givehappyteeth.com.
givehappyteeth.com. So you have your YouTube channel, Teeth Talk Girl, which is also all of your podcasts, all of your YouTube videos are on teethtalkgirl.com as well. Yep. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today that you think is important or fun or interesting that you want to tell us?
I was just thinking when you were saying I could go on and on. I want to tell you every single detail I know about everything. I just love, that's my big thing. It's so cool. Like I learned all this stuff, so why not share it? Yeah. So like, I don't know. So, but yes, I think my biggest thing is a lot of people, the reason I made the website teethtalkgirl.com is because not everyone likes videos. And I started, like, people wanted things in like article form that they could read, like you want to Google something and find the answer really quick, just like skimming through an article. So that's what's really cool about the website. Just like throwing that out there is, like, if you're ever like Googling something about your teeth, we just make sure that everything's very credible and everything's medically reviewed. And, if you're trying to find, obviously the answer is usually go to the dentist, but if you're trying to just like get an idea about what's going on or understanding the health for kids, your family, or this, that's really our website. We've worked really hard to, and we're always continuing to make sure that's good information. That's what bothers me is, like, I do it too. If we have something, like if I hurt my finger, I'm going to Google how to fix my finger. We all do it, and we're not supposed to.
Google Doc.
Yeah.
Google Doctor.
Google, yeah.
Google dentist, Google everything.
Right.
Yes.
We all do it, and it's awful. So I wanted to make sure, since I know people are doing it, I want to, when they Google, hopefully they'll find some good, credible stuff, because Dr. TikTok is not always credible. There's sometimes I get real worried about the stuff people are learning on there. So like filing their teeth down with nail files, that's a thing. People have been using nail files, so all their teeth will be the same height. Like, some people don't like their canines being sharp and stuff, so they file all their teeth down. I don't know, it's trending and it's terrifying, because I've had patients come in who did the file. Sorry, I could go on, but it's bad. Don't file your teeth down, because you can go down to your nerve. It's very bad.
And also, the shorter your teeth are, the older you look. So don't do that.
She knows it. You know a lot about teeth.
My dentist told me that.
See, okay.
I had a chipped tooth. I had a chipped tooth, and I wanted him to file it. He said, "I'm not doing that." I'm like,
no, so good. No,
He's
but
like,
yeah,
no, it'll wear down in time anyway. Just leave it.
Yeah.
I was like, fine.
Totally. Yeah. Don't be.
And it did. It did. It wear down in time, which means I'm getting old. So thanks so much.
No. No. But that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, and then again, having said that, I do have a TikTok, and there is credible stuff. I don't want to like discredit. There are a lot of there's great people out there, but I'm just saying I get concerned about some of the trends that happen, and then there's no like science behind it. So I just that's my whole thing, and just be careful. Your teeth, they don't grow back, so just really
they do not grow back.
Right. So just make sure you're really careful with them. And if you ever have questions, ask your dentist or your dental hygienist. No one online, including me. I'm not your hygienist. So like, we don't know your teeth. Nobody online knows your teeth. They don't have x-rays. They don't have like clinical records of your teeth you need to see a personal. That's my biggest thing. Like everything online, remember, it's not medical advice. It's just medical education. It's not like individualized. So
absolutely.
That's
I feel the exact same way for my industry too. There are so many professionals, fitness professionals out there that have some, online degree that don't know anything, or that sell God knows what kind of supplement or shake or who knows what. And, always ask your doctor. Always go to a doctor or a professional that knows you before doing anything. You have to protect your number one asset, and your number one asset is you before doing anything, before taking anything, before doing anything, before filing your teeth. Don't do that. Really.
Totally.
Yeah. Don't eat Tide Pods. Don't file your teeth.
All those things.
I don't know. You want to shave your head, you want to cut your hair, fine. It'll grow back. But
but anyway. Teeth, no teeth. No.
Well, Whitney, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I absolutely loved having you on. We had so much good conversation today. Your YouTube channel, I think, has so much great information. Your Happy Teeth, Give Happy Teeth is such a great thing, and I super appreciate it. So thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. And I really hope talking teeth was fun, because it was fun for me. Thank you.
It was fun. I hope other people enjoy it too. But thank you so much.
I know.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening today, and we will see you all next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People, with your host, Gabrielle Mazar. If you would like more information on today's episode, you can find it in the show notes and on Gabrielle's website at www.destinationfitcations.com. Visit to keep an eye out for upcoming fitcations. Be sure to share the show, give this podcast a review, and subscribe so you won't miss an episode. Join us next week to hear more stories from people just like you. This has been the Fit Minute Podcast, Fitness for Real People, with Gabrielle Mazar.